And time now for business news with Ari Rabinovitch. Hello, Ari.
Hello, Cynthia. Good to see you again.
You too. All right, let's start with the big story of the day. Rogers buying MLSE, and some big money is changing hands in this deal, along with some very valuable assets.
It's pretty cool to see, actually, that now Rogers is pretty much becoming the household name when it comes to sports in Canada and specifically in Toronto with this acquisition. So what they have essentially done is purchase Bell Canada Enterprises stake in Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. So that is a 37.5% stake that Rogers Communications has purchased for $4.7 billion. And Rogers added in a statement that the deal includes private investors and it won't affect its debt leverage. So that should come as good news to shareholders. Now, Bell Canada Enterprise says it will use the money to pay down its own debt. And what it really means, Cynthia, for us fans, of course, is it effectively makes Rogers the majority shareholder of the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Raptors, Toronto Football Club, the Argonauts, the Marlies, and that's in addition to the prior separate ownership of the Toronto Blue Jays. So they really want to make sure that people understand that Rogers is there for sports fans everywhere, Cynthia.
All right, very interesting. Sports fans will be taking notice, I'm sure. Now, absolutely. American mortgage holders have finally received the news they've been waiting 4 long years to hear. But what are the implications, Ari?
Well, it's kind of interesting to see how how people reacted to this news too, Cynthia. As yes, the U.S. Central Bank finally started lowering its interest rates, similar to the Bank of Canada. But the Bank of Canada has done it already 4 times this year, and this is the first from the U.S. Fed. Very different economies, so it's not necessarily the best comparison. But to give you an idea, the U.S. Fed cut 0.5%, which was on the higher end of what most were calling for. And that may seem like good news, at least for variable rate mortgage holders, but for investors, they may not like how this signals that the U.S. Fed may feel that it has to catch up in order to avoid a recession or that so-called hard landing. So that actually led investors to hit the sell button on Wall Street today, Cynthia.
Okay. Let's end on a nice note. It's getting closer to dinner time. Maybe you're hungry. Any chance you'll be picking up a burger on your way home today?
There's a slight chance, but sidebar, Cynthia, hungry or not, I'm always happy to eat a cheeseburger.
Always up for a burger.
Of course, it is my favorite food after all. So yes, happy National Cheeseburger Day to you, Cynthia, and all our viewers out there. I'm not really sure why, but for some reason today it is the day for National Cheeseburger Day. I did scour the internet. I found a few theories about this was around the time that someone decided to put a slice of cheese on the traditional hamburger or something like that. But all we know is that there's a lot of companies out there doing promotions and special deals, including Dairy Queen, as well as Wendy's. So wherever you are, just make sure to grab a cheeseburger wherever you can.
It's that kind of day. All right, Ari.
Thank you, Patrick.
Oh, there you go. Do you have pickles on it?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
That's
I like pickles on my cheeseburger.
Thanks, Patrick.
Ari, as always, thanks for joining us.